Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back. Another opponent mess video there. Let's talk a bit about Aaron and Vespiquen, who's dropping tonight, which as usual we will be summoning on live when he drops, so make sure to tune in. Should be fun. So, Aaron and Vespiquen, the first of the three Sinnoh Elite Fours that are coming to the game. I say three because Flynn, the other one, is already in the game, as we know. So, they actually all come relatively close to each other, right? Vespiquen is, what, tonight? Bertha's 2 days after, Lucian's 2 days after that, right? So they come in quick succession, right? So here's the thing, they did change the Spotlight Scout banners into there's a separate banner that that is like a discounted multi that you pull at a certain discounted amount and then you get a guaranteed ticket for this unit, right? At least it seems like that's what it is, right? So it does make Spotlight Scouts much better for paid users, obviously, because it's paid scouts. Not so much for free to play players. Free to play players, again, in my opinion, mostly should still be going for the big poke fairs, master fairs, seasonals, right? Those limited banners. I think those are more worth spending your gems and stuff on. But regardless, let's talk about this unit because this is really good, right? This is a fantastic support that is again going to be in the regular pool because of a few things. First of all, being a support, it does have your really solid HP, defense, special defense stats. Obviously, you have stuff like defense order that could buff both defenses, and with its passive over here, stat share, right? When a status move used by used Pokemon raised stats has a 100% chance of raising same stats to all allies sync instead. So your defend order actually is a team +1 defense, special defense buff with no MP restrictions, right? It is 1 gauge, but that's really nice. You have heal order, which is not that good of a heal because it's only 1 use, but I mean it's a heal, I guess, right? And then your training move, which buffs attack for your whole team by 2 and crit by 1, and it gives yourself gradual healing. So it is definitely a max physical attack crit buffer, right? Once you get the MP refresh over here in your trainer move, right? So yeah, it's a really straightforward, well, it's not that straightforward, I guess, but it's just a very good max crit slash physical attack buffer that could also buff defense. It buffs it basically buffs almost everything, right? You could also buff a bit of accuracy here as well in the grid, right? I say almost everything because it doesn't really do too much in terms of speed wise, right? But you do have where is it? Some stuff like an insect acceleration and bug zone, which gives you a bit gauges. You have catalyst over here, that's a big one, right? That gives your team move gauge acceleration. So yeah, it's a really nice buffer. Buffs defenses, buffs attack, right? Buffs crit. So it's a really great all-around buffer, right? And can heal a bit as well. Not that great of a healer, but can heal. And also has attack order, which is a 3 gauge damage healing move, right? Which is, you could do some damage if you really want, right? Or, well, not if you really want. If you have the extra, if you have the extra move gauges, spare move gauges, you could always throw in an attack order, which could definitely do a okay-ish amount of damage for a support. Obviously the physical attack stat's not that great, but it's still 3 gauge move, not a good 3 gauge move, but a 3 gauge move regardless, right? Maybe you could do something in bug zone, but obviously it's not there to do damage, but can do some chip if needed, right, as well. So yeah, also move gauge refresh 4, which also does help with gauges as well. So it's a very well put together, I'd say, support, and it's probably one of the better supports in the game, right? Definitely one of the better supports in the game. I definitely put it in that top echelon of just great supports, right? It's just really good, really good and solid, great support, right? In terms of if you are trying to go for him, how many copies you want, 1 out of 5. Look, 1 out of 5 you do get the most basic stuff, but the thing with 1 out of 5 is you don't have that max attack and crit buff, right? You do need higher move levels. You do need 2 out of 5 to get the MP refresh. So I'd say 2 out of 5 is definitely what you want to aim for. And obviously 3 out of 5 is nice too, because you have stuff like Catalyst over here, right? You have staggering on attack order if you want that, right? Natural Remedy, Healthy Buffer 5, right? Those are all really, really nice things. This is nice too, right? You know, extra 1 attack or physical special move up next when you use heal order, right? And it's kind of whatever. But yeah, you got some really, really, really nice stuff in 3 out of 5. But I'd say the big important step is 2 out of 5, just so you can max out that physical attack and crit for your team, right? Or else it's just a +2, +4 buffer, which isn't terrible, but it's also not anything incredibly special, right? So yeah, anyways, again, like I mentioned before, in terms of, well, should you really spend gems on this unit? Because again, it's a very, very powerful support, right? Very, very good support. It's probably a no at this point. Again, in terms of free-to-play players, right? Because I do feel like we'll have to see how the new like discount banner thing works, right? But for people who do spend money on this game, this is definitely a unit, right? If you spend money on this game, right? Not for your players, but if you do spend money on this game, this is definitely a banner that's really, really worth going after, right? Because this unit is fantastic. It's fantastic support all around, just great. Gives you everything you want, right? Well, mind speed, but mostly everything you want. can tank very, very well. It's just an all-around, well-rounded support, right? And especially, once we see the details for the new discounted banner, right? This could definitely be a very, very, very nice unit for folks who do have a bit of extra money to spend on the game to go for. But again, for free-to-play players, I'd say not so much, right? Not so much because, again, do keep in mind, Giovanni's coming at the end of the month, right? That's a Poke Fair limited banner. Ho's up right now, right? Morty Ho, right? Which I do think Morty Ho is the better support between these two. If you'd ask me, well, do you think Morty's better? Do you think Aaron's? I do think Morty is better, right? It's a lot of other things he does that could really enable a lot of good, powerful teams, right? He just makes a lot of things work. Like, they're very, very different supports. I feel like Morty is more like a support that enables certain things to work, and this is more of a, I'm gonna help you round out this team, right? I'm gonna help make this team the basic functions of a team function, right? The basic, it gives you all the basic stuff that you need, which are very, very important, by the way, very, very important, right? And Morty's more of a, well, if you already have all these basic functions taken care of, I'm gonna help, bring you to the next level with that, whether it's the Sacred of Countdown stuff, whether it's the Sun, obviously, all that stuff, all the other things, where he does speed, etc., right? So yeah, I would say this is a solid 4.5 out of 10 pull rate if I were to, give it a rating. Reason for 4.5 out of 10, I'd say 50% is the, that's the middle, right? And this is just a bit under, right? Because of the fact that, again, it is a Spotlight Scout. This unit will be added to the permanent pool in the future once the banner goes away, right? So this is like as high as a score you could get, I'd say, almost, right? Maybe I could, maybe we could do something silly like a 4.9 or whatever, right? But this is as high as a score I'd say that you get for a Spotlight banner unit. Just very, very, very powerful Spotlight unit, right? Definitely one of the top Spotlight units that they're gonna give us in the game, and just very, very, very good overall. But that being said, again, the banner is a bit of an issue, right? It's not a very worth banner to pull on, again, if you are free to play, right? But if you do have money to spend on this, if you are a whale, whatever, this is definitely something you probably want to try to go for, right? But anyways, that's been this one. I guess hope you all enjoyed. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed this video, so my channel for some more about Vespiquen. Again, we will be pulling for him when he comes out later today, so stay tuned, tune in for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.